I'm presenting this particular exhibition, the fourth opening, this time October 12th of this month. And it's an exhibition celebrating Columbus Day, the Hispanic culture in our midst also, all of the ingredient of the inheritance and the culture. And I will make this very short because I'd like you to see all the body of work that is here in this exhibition, which again enhances the importance of the collection, as well as 4 other artists that are here, invited guests that participated in this celebration. Thank you for your interest. A moment ago I was presenting this particular exhibition of celebrating the day of Columbus Day and the celebration of the Spain National Day, October 12th. With particularly this painting is one of the components of the Memories of Cuba, in part which connect to the colors of Spain, which is the burning of a dummy in this case. There's a typical celebration in Spain, very traditional, in the 24th of every month of June, celebrating the equinoctial day, which is the longest day, and it's a date of St. John's celebration. Next to it is this very colorful, in this case, Café de la Paz, which is a memory of a visit I did to Buenos Aires. In Buenos Aires, this painting hasn't been exhibited until this moment. This was done in 1982. Over here on the top is part of the collection of the colors of Spain. Small paintings I always keep very close to me, very cherished. This is what I call maybe Pamplona and La Habana, which is the old Cuban cowboys. This is where the youngsters in those years, we went to a Callejón del Sapo, or Alley of the Frog, to chase or be chased by the cattle that was unloaded by the railroad and brought to the slaughterhouse. And we didn't know in those years that Pamplona has such celebration, but we did very much what they're doing now and what Hemingway had in his books. This is a painting that I've mentioned before, and it's here. It couldn't be out of this particular exhibition of the October 12th. And in these 8 compositions in memory and honor of Goya, which is a painting I admire immensely, was his concern with the actual events, historic events. This is the shooting of the people by the French in the May 2nd, massacre of May 2nd, very famous in Prado's large painting, which here is not as large as it was, or it is. Here is Anaro Ravello Vital. Anaro Ravello passed away in 1997, and he left with me this Virgin de Regla, Lady of Regla, my hometown, and his hometown also. It was, the image was brought in the 17th century from Spain, and it takes part of actually a cultural connection, cultural historical connection. Celebrating Spain the same day in September, and it is Virgin of Guadalupe by Judy Ging. Contributed with this piece for a recent exhibition. Is part of this inheritance, cultural inheritance. This is Rosa Johnson. He's Minorcan and he's Spanish. She contributed this beautiful piece, Memory of Minorca. And this here is a painting that I did when I lived in Almeria, Andalusia, and I call it Almeria and Havana, because I have a comparison between the 2 cities in a certain way, the decay on the left and the progress on the right. Unfortunately, you have been stuck with a real bad situation for so many years in that condition that we all know. These are part of the colors of Spain. These 2, as I said, they're very, very close in my collection all the time. And this is another painting from Almeria, when I lived there and I worked there, exhibited. And this is also commemorating and celebrating the progress made in agriculture in that area. And this is what I call it Almeriense gold, which is oro almeriense. Very celebrated painting too. This is a portrait, memory and portrait. And these are memories of Cuba. At the same time, memories of Spain here with structures in Spain, and also a reference on the floating image there, which is part of this composition. This is images of father and son that's so prevalent in many of my paintings, the memories of Cuba. And this is a group of Quema de San Juan, or the burning of the night of St. John's, and the equinoctial day. It's a celebration that we had as children. This is the one in La Loma de Mita, one of my preference, because I can see the Havana and the ships on the bay, all illuminated. And I like to work with these dark paintings that denote the light so much. It's a very great memory of my childhood. This again is similar to the other one. I have again father and son image here, prevalent in many of these paintings. This is Don Quixote, Man of La Mancha, by Mary Carmen. She has exhibited in Spain, and his images of El Quixote are famous. And she contributed with this piece, which I'm very glad. And this is a small piece by me, with call it Silent Sancho, which is very much next to the one that denotes, is called Dialogue with Sancho. This painting has been in a painting exhibition of 2005, and is of course here to celebrate the October 12th, the day celebrating the National Day of Spain. This is what I call the Flower of Spain. This is by Paula Felici. She did this beautiful piece with poppies, as she called them. And there's so many in Spain all over, especially you can see them in this corner of that painting that we saw. And I call it Amapolas, Flower of Spain. This here is a print of a painting which is now in a collection. A British lady that has them. It's a dance, Aragon dance, which is a memory of my visit to Spain. And it was an exhibition. It was acquired by this collector. It's one of my favorites. This here is it's a painting that relates to to live or to live not. This is it's called incertidumbre or uncertainty. And this is an image of a human image, a person contemplating whether he should take a boat, very precarious kind of way of crossing the Florida Canal in search of freedom and betterment of their life, because couldn't resist anymore the conditions that exist in the island. This here is a recent painting, and I see it because it was so recent that everyone that have seen it wanted to have it here again, and they have been celebrating it. I have misgivings, although I never forgot putting Havana there at the end of this, similar to a tunnel. It's called the Loop of Dreams, because it's a place that exists in reality, except for the images that are surrealistic. This here is another painting by Rosa Johnson, which is a beautiful painting. Comes to memories of her Minorca, it's the place of birth of Rosa Johnson. This is Perception of My Bay. I have already covered this painting. That was inspired in part by Gustavo Valdez, an independent curator in New York, where I did all the series of fruits, and that was exactly what was the many of those paintings. Now here's another image of the night of St. John, and this is in La Calzada, the larger painting, which is background there. You see the other one I just already explained. This is a painting that is kind of painful looking at, but it denotes the lack of freedom, the solitary confinement of a prisoner of conscience, and it's so much an agonizing kind of thing. But denotes the lack of the people that are put to this condition. On places that have the lack of such rights, human rights. Here is Don Quixote de la Mancha, Man of La Mancha, by Rafael Picon, a Spanish sculpture which have lent me this piece to have in this celebration. This here is what I call Columbus water landing. It's a large painting that was in the celebration of the discovery of America in San Agustin last year, and can be seen in the video of that is covered this particular show, What Flows from Spain. If you go to YouTube, I can see the entire video. This is like a warrior, Spanish warrior conquistador of the time of exploration, small piece. And this here is Ironies of a Civil War, relates to the tragic history of the Civil War in Spain in 1936-1939. And have images that denote things that are sad, or people that, of course, in each side of the struggle, they had made their sacrifice for their beliefs, but it's unfortunate. But this is the Virgin del Pilar, the patron saint of Spain, celebrated every year on October 12th. And with this image, I like to explore the images here, something more inspiring. Like here I have, this painting is the time of the fruit collections also. It's called The Many Lights of Still Life. And with this, I appreciate anybody that's watching this or looking at this YouTube, and continue to follow future exhibitions of this collection. Memories of Cuba and Colors of Spain. This is Elio Beltran, thanking you again. Thank you.